China, the world's largest developing country, has undergone a tremendous transformation in the past 70 years.
It's poised to be a leader in innovation.
In 2019, China ranked 14th in WIPO's Global Innovation Index.
创新和知识产权成为中国经济发展的主要的推动力。
In the 3.5 decades since issuing its first patent law in 1985, China has built up a mature patent system.
专利制度在西方国家实施已经近400年。
Compared with US and EU, we are relatively young.
从没有到变成世界上最先进的专利体系之一。
保护知识产权就是保护创新。
It's a remarkable journey.
In the late 1970s, as the Chinese government was laying the groundwork for the reform and opening up, the policy that would fundamentally transform virtually every aspect of economic life, the need for a modern patent system soon became obvious.
China at that time was mostly state-run, state-owned, and so the patent law or the need to protect patents didn't really come up until after China started its reform and open door.
A patent system would encourage and reward innovation at home. It would also protect the patents of the international companies that were beginning to enter through China's newly opened door.
Once people realize that there are laws and legal provisions not only to encourage intellectual property rights development, but also to legally protect the intellectual property rights, this creates the conditions necessary for the rapid growth of the intellectual property.
专利法是一个现代国家的核心法律制度。一个不保护创新的国家，同样是没有希望的国家。
The team tasked with drafting New China's first patent law was formed in March 1979. One of the 8 members was Zhao Yongguo. Now 87 years old, Zhao was a participant throughout the entire process of the law's drafting.
当时我们中国没有建立专利制度，大家都不太懂啊。不太懂的话，我们要这个参考各国的专利法的一些有益的经验。我们收集了这个30多个国家的专利法，翻译成中文。
In a series of meetings in China and Switzerland, members of the Patent Law Draft Committee met senior figures from the World Intellectual Property Organization, including Director General Arbag Bosch. In all, the discussions extended across 14 sessions.
My observation is that China studies very carefully practices in other countries around the world, absorbs them, and comes out with its own version of them.
An engineer, Hu Guohua, became the first person to apply for a patent.
我的那个专利是可变光学滤波实时加彩色显示装置，图像呢是黑白的，一个波段一个波段的黑白的。我可以把其中的一个黑白图像经过我的装置之后，出来的就变成了一个加彩色图像。
That first day, the China Patent Bureau, the predecessor to China's National Intellectual Property Administration, received a staggering 3,455 applications.
很多人都盼着这一天，所以到那一天，很多的大专院校啊、科研单位啊、企业啊，甚至个人发明人啊，都特别踊跃的去申请，有的人还排队排了2、3天。
其实，在中国的传统文化里头，也有啊定固革新的先进理念。我想这是中国 为什么在专利法实施的当日发生一种申请量井喷的一个现象。
China's tradition of innovation dates back to ancient times. The lauded 4 great inventions in particular are credited with having a major impact on the development of Western civilization.
There is this extraordinary historical record of Chinese achievement in science and technology. We should never forget that. So it's not something new, it's a renewal of something that has always existed in China and always been a part of Chinese civilization, of course.
Laws are not immutable. They have to be amended and rewritten to reflect changes in society. This is especially true for patent laws, which must respond to rapid advances in technology.
比如说其他法律像刑法啊、民法，它相对比较固定。当然，知识产权的法律的它的这个变化呢，是它跟技术的变化是密切相关的，因为技术一直在变化。比如说基因工程的这个东西怎么保护，新的 AI 怎么保护。
The work of perfecting China's patent law is an ongoing process. Already, it has undergone 3 major amendments in 1992, 2000, and 2008, and a 4th is in the final stages of preparation. In the 3.5 decades since issuing its first patent law in 1985, China has built up a mature patent system.
Compared with US and the EU, we are relatively young regarding the patent system. So with the 3 times amendment to the patent law, Chinese patent system is in line with the US and the EU patent system.
China is really a very fast and quick learner. China has climbed up the ladder very quickly. China is up to international standards of realizing the importance of RPR rights and also of providing protection for RPR rights.
It's a remarkable journey and a remarkable story, China and intellectual property, and I think we should acknowledge that.
In amending the patent law, the Chinese government has regularly reached out to the public for suggestions.
Whenever the Chinese Patent Office provide a draft of the Chinese amendment to the patent law, they would solicit public opinions for several rounds. And the finalized law is always accompanied by some explanations regarding, okay, which proposals have been taken and which proposals have not been taken and why.
The draft of the 4th Amendment of the patent law has already been reviewed by the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress for the first time. The issue that has excited the greatest public concern is the willful infringement of intellectual property rights and the degree of punishment for the guilty parties.
This is a big step forward. And especially talking about the compensation, the up to 5 times could be the biggest times get worldwide. Yeah, because in the States, they have triple damage, that is 3 times damage for the willful infringement. But in China, we would have 5 times damage.
专利法第4次修改主要是贯彻落实中央关于实行严格的知识产权保护制度这一决策部署，建立侵权的惩罚性赔偿制度，实际也是为了回应社会的期待。同时呢，要引入药品专利保护期补偿制度，延长外观设计的专利保护期，就是要将侵权违法的成本要显著提升上去，使法律的威慑作用能够充分的发挥出来。
China recognizes the importance of ensuring standardized, consistent, and speedy rulings in intellectual property cases, and providing equitable protection of the legal rights of all market entities. On the 1st of January 2019, the country established the Intellectual Property Court under the Supreme People's Court. It's the first top-level judicial body anywhere in the world charged specifically with hearing appeals related to patents and technology.
最高人民法院知识产权法庭成立之后，原来有32家高级法院来审理上诉案件，这个机制那么就被取消了。由 中级人民法院和知识产权法院一审审理的专利案件，不再上诉到所在地的高级法院，而是直接可以上诉到最高人民法院，由最高人民法院知识产权法庭来审理。
这意味着什么呢？专利案件和技术类的案件集中管辖，统一审理，它可以提高知识产权司法保护的水平，统一裁判标准。
It's an appeal system with Chinese characteristics that has significantly increased the efficiency of trying cases. It's an innovative approach for China's intellectual property protection.
我们以专利案件为例，一个专利案件呢，在西方国家，一审的案件结束呢，大概是约需要3到5年，而在我们呢，一个专利案件平均的审理周期大概是18个月。
Of all the cases received by the court in its first 10 months of operation, 10% involved foreign companies.
In recent years, we can feel a trend that foreign companies raise their patent litigation lawsuit in China, with China as a battlefield.
法律面前人人平等不管你是中国企业、外国企业、是国营企业还是民营企业，我们都要给予相同的保护。
In the 40 years since the launch of the reform and opening up, China's system of intellectual property laws has expanded to cover most fields while remaining consistent with international practice. China is a signatory to virtually every major international intellectual property treaty.
Now, international approaches are not always convenient for an individual country because you cannot get your own way completely. You have to compromise and listen and be attentive to the interests of others and at the end come out with something that's going to suit everyone.
This is what President Xi Jinping has been emphasizing again and again, that is to build a common destiny for the future, for mankind as a whole, rather than, for example, to put one country on top of the other countries, only to take care of your own economic well-being at the cost or to the disregard of your trading partners or other countries in the world.
China has now established itself as a supporter and guardian of international intellectual property regulations.
China has an extremely important role to play, if I may say, in my view, in supporting the international system and supporting an international approach.
中国将更大力度地加强知识产权保护的国际合作积极参与知识产权的全球治理同世界知识产权组织和各个国家一道推动知识产权的国际规则向着开放包容平衡有效的方向发展，为建设开放合作开放创新开放共享的世界经济提供有力的支撑，促进世界的繁荣与进步。
China's IP system, born as a demand of the reform and opening up, has been a key support for the country's rapid economic and social development. It has also provided vital protection for overseas companies' investment. The outline of the National Intellectual Property Strategy took effect in 2008. Since 2014, 4 key policy guidelines have been adopted, designed to strengthen the role of IP protection in promoting the national drive for innovation. The latest, the Guideline on Strengthening Intellectual Property Rights Protection, sets out to support the implementation of the government's decisions and plans for stepping up IPR protection and improving the related systems and mechanisms.
保护知识产权就是保护创新，我们在不断地加大知识产权保护的力度，充分发挥知识产权作为激励创新的基本保障作用。
The fully functioning IP protection system is providing essential support for a boom in technological innovation. New products have appeared in every field, from household goods to environmental protection, infrastructure, and construction facilities.
The reason I think it is also in line with the Chinese long-run strategy to make China to be an innovative country. So the patent would be the driving force, and the government pay a lot of attention to the indigenous innovations of those Chinese companies.
At the Confucius Temple in Nanjing in eastern China, every year families gather to celebrate the traditional Lantern Festival. However, the cheerful crowds enjoying the beautifully lit scene and hot food are at risk from a perennial hazard.
大量灯打开，这个时候所有的线路都会存在不同阶段的老化情况，老化情况就会导致线路发热，到一定程度的话就会自燃。
At key points around the venue, sensors have been installed. When one notices abnormalities such as smoke or rise in temperature, it instantaneously sends a wireless signal to a base station, which may be located as far as 10 kilometers away. Within 5 seconds of a risk being confirmed, the duty personnel and people in the affected area are notified by text message, phone call, or general alert. The entire system has to be capable of operating even when external power and network connections fail. It took Zhao Wuyang and his team 5 years to develop the various components needed to ensure that the system could operate independently.
我们最开始只是个数据团队，突然有一天发现我们需要传感器。当我们解决了传感器的问题，发现你还要解决能源问题，传感器是耗电的。把能源问题解决以后，你会发现你还把传感器感受的数据传输出来。它把数据传出来以后，你会发现你还要设计通讯基站。 通讯基站设计完了以后，你怎么把它传输到云端？这是一个完整的链条，缺一不可。所以几乎我们团队开始只是从传统的数据一步走到最后面。
Now, Zhao Wuyang and his team are facing a new challenge. In 2022, China will, for the first time, host the Winter Olympics. Safety is an overriding concern, and fire prevention is a vital consideration at all the venues.
我们开始完全没有意料到的是，冬奥会的主场，它最冷的时候-40度，而这个对于很多电子元器件来说，超过了它使用的温度范畴。比如它死机了，它都一旦出现死机，它是无法自动恢复的。
The team added temperature sensors to all their equipment. Once the temperature falls below -10, automatic heaters kick in. This ensures a stable temperature across the entire system.
大家认为已经理所应当，稀疏平常的东西，但背后其实是巨大的投入。我们的系统是1秒之内就有反应，但这背后意味着是超过400人的团队，300号工程师，将近5年的劳动成果。因为一项创新，它是要投入大量的人力、物力、精力的。 你怎么保护自己？这变成一个很大的问题，所以只能通过专利和让专利变成法律的形式固定下来。
There's a thought process as well that someone has put in the time, energy, and effort in the research and the development to create something that is utilitarian, that helps the society, and as a result, they should be rewarded for that protection.
我就把专利的拥有说成是 企业的核心竞争力，国际企业的生命周期平均为8年，超过10年的企业生命周期大概不超过总量的30%。但是我们可以看到啊，像美国的通用、德国的西门子，有些公司企业能够存活发展100-200年，长盛不衰。 靠什么呢？靠的是核心技术、关键技术的专利。
The first high-speed railway on the Chinese mainland opened in 2008. In the course of the next 11 years, the network expanded to 35,000 kilometers. For the hundreds of millions of people who have used this growing network, fast travel is clearly desirable. Even though the latest high-speed trains have reached up to 480 kilometers an hour in tests, the engineers developing them say that speed is not their overriding concern.
我认为所有的参数、所有的功能、所有的性能，都应该给安全让步。
我们要把我们的车一定要做到全世界最安全的，让乘客坐在里面心里很踏实。
The trains, as they speed along the tracks, are constantly being monitored by 2 safety systems, one active, the other passive.
主动实际上就是在整个车的运行过程当中，它会有智能化的调整。车站要每天发出去多少车，间隔多少发，那么在每个车的间距，它有个安全的距离，那么这就是主动控制。 被动安全实际上就是当主动防护失灵的情况下，给乘客的最后一道保护的措施。
两个车真正发生碰撞的时候，我们不希望一个车爬到另一个车的上面去，而是希望两个车能够很好的结合在一起。那这样会使得这个车辆受到的损害最小。碰撞吸能装置的这个研制成功呢， 实际上是对我们轨道交通装备的这个被动安全性给予了基础保障。
According to European safety regulations, high-speed trains should not stack or derail when colliding at speeds of up to 36 kilometers per hour. In the US, the limit is 40 kilometers per hour. The patented crash energy absorption equipment of China Railway Rolling Stock Corporation exceeds these standards. CRRC tested both triangular and rectangular shapes for their system, but finally chose a different shape altogether.
因为六面体和这样的一个蜂巢的结构是非常稳定的。 那么在两车发生碰撞之后呢，我们需要前端的吸能部件尽可能减少它的丝稳状态。
它就解决了能量的耗散。如果没有能量，那么对乘客的威胁就是没有了。 所以说，这个碰撞的主要的作用就是耗散巨大的能量，把能量吸收掉。
This technology has already been successfully applied in China's Fukushima high-speed trains.
I 觉得更多的专利应该是对知识价值的一种保护和体现，在安全方面。 在节能环保方面、减震降噪方面、信息技术的应用方面，有很多专利。
CRRC's products are now in use in many countries and regions around the world. But the railways are just one of many Chinese industries that are conducting their own research and innovating. The national economy is being shaped and boosted by the massive innovative capabilities of companies all over China.
I mentioned China's engineering miracles in building up highways, railways, seaports, airports, of all kinds of infrastructure connectivities without science and technological breakthroughs. many of these achievements could not have been made. So I think China will need to continue to promote science and technology as aggressively as before.
全国都把力量放在创新上，那么会有很多的创新成果出来。那么这就需要我们的知识产权制度、专利制度来给它提供支撑、提供保障。
Its intellectual property system, by providing guarantees for innovators, drives innovation and aids China in its endeavor to generate more patents. According to statistics from the World Intellectual Property Organization, out of 3.3 million patent applications submitted in 2018, 1.54 million, or 46%, came from China.
So the building of an infrastructure to cope with the demand of a burgeoning economy that is increasingly adding value in terms of knowledge and intangible assets, it's a remarkable thing that we should acknowledge, and it's been extraordinarily well done in my view.
在战略实施10周年之际啊，我们组织了战略实施10年的一个评估，其中一个环节就是邀请了世界知识产权组织派出专家团来实地考察、深入研讨，他们给出的结论就是的中国的知识产权战略跟国家的创新发展战略是紧密协同，符合中国的发展方向。 成效十分显著。
In 2002, the Dubai Customs Authority launched a global tender to supply container inspection equipment. Responding to the call was Chinese company NewTek. It found itself competing against some of the world's leading technology giants.
当时呢，迪拜呢是想买这个集装箱检查设备，提不出指标出来。 也不知道谁家的这个产品好，所以呢，迪拜呢就采用了华山论剑的方式，就在全世界范围内呢公开召集集装箱检查的厂商。
A truck carrying a container enters the inspection area. The equipment from a competing supplier shows that everything is as it should be. But when the container is inspected again by NewTek's equipment, the images show something irregular in the container's bottom. There must be something there. There's an extra layer, and when it is pried away, inspectors discover 500 kilograms of marijuana. During the entire trial period, NewTek's detectors uncovered large quantities of smuggled and restricted goods.
下面的这个灰色的区域，我们呢叫它是加速器。 加速器产生的射线呢，经过我们的准直器，会准直成非常窄的一个扇形的束，然后呢，这个扇形的束呢会打到这个探测器上，我们这个探测器呢就能够接收到这个 X 射线了。射线穿过被检集装箱之后呢，射线的强度就会发生变化，这样探测器呢在接收到不同强度的射线之后呢，就会产生不同的电流信号。 我们呢，通过计算机采集就可以获取到不同的数字的信号了。
The accelerator is just one of NewTek's patented technologies. The company has developed more than 200 products for the security industry. They include equipment for inspecting individuals, as well as various liquids, solids, and gases. To date, the company has applied for more than 5,500 patents in some 50 countries and regions.
我们的主要的产品呢有这么几大类，第一类呢属于叫集装箱检测系统，在海关这个港口这些领域的大型集装箱检测都能够应用这种设备呢来完成。第二一类呢就是叫 CT 类的这个安检产品。 它也呢是比较广泛的应用在这个海关，还有呢民航以及呢轨道交通领域。
In 2013, its broad range of high-quality products earned NewTek a contract with the German Customs Authority.
德国呢技术要求非常的高，光这个技术要求就有将近400条，其中呢有一条很重要的一条是什么呢？这个系统 要能够实现多排集装箱的自动扫描，这在当时是没有一家厂商能够做到的。
作为一个高科技企业，那么专利保护呢，对于企业的研发创新，对于企业的市场开发，以及对于企业的这个经营和自身利益的保护都是非常重要的。
Newtek is now supplying equipment for customs authorities, airports, and major international sporting events in more than 100 countries and regions.
我们公司的业务有很大程度上呢是在国际化，那么大约呢有60%以上的业务都来自于海外。
An increasing number of Chinese companies are relying on innovation to provide services and solutions for international clients. In this, they are supported by multilateral international treaties, such as the Patent Cooperation Treaty and the Paris Convention for the Protection of Industrial Property, which help ensure the free flow of innovation and technologies worldwide.
This is extremely important. Why? Because we have enormous technological gaps in the world. And technology is the great divider. So we need to have an international approach to these matters to ensure that there are free flows of technology and there are not blockages.
I think it's a very exciting time for us to be Chinese, for us to witness and also participate in this great influx and outflux of goods, services, capital, manufacturing capacities from foreign countries into China, but also from China to foreign countries. I think this is the greatest contribution China has made.
A main factor in determining the success of an enterprise is how well it manages its costs. This is especially true when companies want to expand overseas. In setting up business in another country, adapting to the local rules and regulations inevitably incurs costs. However, the more similar the target country's rules and regulations are to those of the company's home country, the less money it will have to spend on adapting. Countries aiming to attract foreign business must not only protect companies' interests, they should also help them cut costs.
对于企业而言呢，我们的这个制度的这个规则啊，它应该是一个国际规则的全球通行的。那么企业对企业走出去而言，走进来而言，这两方面呢，因为是通行的一个规则，在规则成本上是比较低的。
China, though a developing country, has succeeded in bringing its intellectual property system into line with international standards. According to some indicators, it's already in a leading position. For 2 consecutive years, China has ranked second globally in the number of patent applications submitted under the Patent Cooperation Treaty.
China can not only produce more and more efficiently and more ecologically friendly to people, but also the Chinese production can help people and countries in other parts of the world.
On the 11th of March, 2011, a magnitude 9 earthquake rocked the seabed off the coast of Japan, causing a major tsunami that devastated the country's east coast. When massive waves hit the nuclear power plant at Fukushima, they caused a leak and explosion in one of its reactors. With the temperature rising rapidly, the rescuers desperately needed a machine that was small enough to maneuver through the debris, but with an arm long and strong enough to pour large amounts of water over the damaged reactor walls and onto the reactor itself.
如果它不降温的话，那个核反应可能会越来越快吧，最后会爆炸。日本方面就在全球在找合适的设备去降温。德国的这个大象泵车，它有个9桥一个泵车，它进现场不方便。我们这个62米是5桥，进现场很方便。
On the 19th of March, Tokyo Electric Power Company contacted the Chinese embassy in Japan and Sani asking for help.
当时的话有 核泄漏、有辐射，所以这个人是不能在设备的旁边进行操作的，所以就把这个遥控距离也是加远了，由500米加到5公里。
During the 2 months from the 31st of March to the 31st of May 2011, the truck, originally designed to pour concrete, used its 62-meter-long arm to drench the Fukushima reactor with water, ultimately preventing a second explosion.
我们这一辆车就是62米，一个最新的一个系列。这个车跟老一代相比的话，它就是更加轻量化、更加智能化，然后这个车的这个整体尺寸也更小。我现在是搞臂架轻量化这一块，也就是说你做的越轻的话，你就可以做得更长。我们高度现在是在20米到86米。
The equipment that Sanyi sent to Fukushima employed more than 500 patents.
泵送系统这一块，我们就有100多项，而其中这个泵送系统里面的这个自动退活塞这一个技术点，我们就有50多项专利，已经形成了一个完整的一个专利主保。
三一重工的第一届专利是1995年3月17号提交到国家知识产权局的，到现在整个三一有14000多件专利。
Its independent innovation has served to make Sanyi China's leading manufacturer of construction machinery. The company's advanced technology has been employed in numerous major projects worldwide, including the Burj Khalifa in Dubai and several stadiums and airports for the World Cup in Brazil.
专利权它作为一项财产的这个权利，它不仅仅是这个技术。对于专利权人自身而言，它可以排他使用，它也可以为这个专利权人参与这个市场竞争呢，能够保驾护航。专利权人在企业的这个成长的过程中，当然一开始他很可能是在国内市场参与这个市场的这个竞争，不断的这个发展壮大，到它发展到一定阶段以后，市场的这个范围它会走出去。
Chinese patents, as they go global, are helping to drive worldwide technological and economic development, and are also contributing to international aid efforts. Chinese innovators are eager to team up with their peers to help solve the challenges faced by all of humankind in fields such as energy and the environment.
How do we make the environment better for the population and better for the world? And so therefore I see innovation is going to be able to do that, and that's why it's a priority for this 5-year plan.
The growth in environmental awareness and the appearance of car makers devoted to developing new energy vehicles is fundamentally changing the automotive industry. In this new situation, old manufacturers are facing major challenges. Beijing Automobile Works, the predecessor of Baika Group, was China's second car manufacturer when it was established in 1959.
我们集团本身有60多年的这个发展历史了。我们北集团第一辆汽车井冈山牌，当时是那个阅兵时候用的那个汽车，我们那个是真是纯手工打造出来的。
In order to reduce emissions and energy use in its vehicles and thus improve air quality, Baika established a new energy vehicle company. The move put the historic company in a position to develop new technologies.
我们新能源公司本身是一个高新科技企业，汽车行业本身是技术密集型的行业，然后具体到新能源来说，又是一个纯电动，而且是在这个智能网联的这个背景下在做纯电动。
The company's innovations have opened up new market opportunities.
去年我们的产销达到了15万8辆。
从党的18大到19大，中央关于经济发展的动力、经济发展的方式和经济发展的质量都有了新的战略要求。从创新驱动发展 到经济新方式，再到供给侧的经济结构性改革，贯穿了一个原则，那就是创新发展。
BICA has been able to enter the electric vehicle market thanks to its independently developed power control system. This brand new system increases the range of their electric vehicles, allowing them to travel further than similar cars using the same battery.
前头的这个是我们的一体化的动力总成。我们为什么叫一体化呢？是因为它里面我们会把电控跟它的就是电机系统进行一个集成。它相对来讲，它的效率就会变高，而且它占的体积就会变小，这样子又能在我们第二代的基础上再减重30%左右。所以这项技术应该说是我们具有自主核心知识产权的一项非常先进的技术。
这个行业里面，知识产权工作是非常重要，可以说关系到企业的生死存亡。
实际上，我们充分发挥这个知识产权的这个保驾护航作用，对我们这个核心技术的保护，还有提升我们这个自主创新的活力，这方面起到了这个关键的作用。
Such innovation promises to improve the Earth's air quality. Just like the air, the planet's waters are also suffering harm due to human activities. The effective treatment of polluted water has become a global concern. Over the last 20 years, China has applied for a steadily growing number of patents in the field of water treatment, picking up the pace particularly over the last 10.
从企业申请专利的情况来看的话，1998年的时候，水处理领域专利申请量位居前10位的企业申请人里面，有9个是国外企业，仅有1个是中国企业。2017年，统计数据显示，位居前10的企业申请人的申请数量，中国企业是9家，外国企业是1家。
In 2017, 53,000 applications for water treatment-related patents were submitted in China. This is China's first water recycling project for a major industrial park that uses a combination of microfiltration membranes and reverse osmosis filters. Built by a company called Blue Star, the system applies a serial process to turn industrial wastewater into water that's purer than most tap water.
我们现在是每做一个系统工程，我们就要形成自己一个专有的技术的一个工艺包。在形成这个工艺包的过程中，我们就会申请专利。我就拿一个我们的污水零排放的项目来说，我们做这个项目一共申请了7个专利。
Efficiently reusing water is key to ensuring the sustainable development of urban areas and industry around the world.
专利申请数量在增加的同时吧，中国企业的专利申请质量，还有它的技术含量也在不断的提升。一些高质量、高价值的专利申请，也获得了显著的经济效益和社会效益。
In 2018, the International Organization for Standardization's Technical Committee for Water Reuse issued 25 new standards. China led the way in formulating 3 of them.
You develop, but also you keep your environment clean. You reduce or eliminate pollution, for example. Everyone pays attention to the climate change because there is a realization in China, not only among the top leadership in China's central government, but also at the local government level, at the corporate level, at the society at large, for example.
Innovation in any field requires a steady flow of young talent, instilling an innovative spirit in the younger generation, and teaching them about the importance of intellectual property right protection is key to nurturing future innovators.
But I think it's important at a very young age to be able to understand intellectual property. When I was growing up, very few people understood intellectual property. I think what happened was the boom of the dot-coms, where we saw that there was wealth that was created through intellectual property.
Around the world, support is gathering for including IP protection in the curriculum at elementary and middle schools. Since 2015, China's National Intellectual Property Administration and the Ministry of Education have promoted IP education at elementary and middle schools. This is Haidian Minzu Primary School in northern Beijing. From second grade on, the students here attend a weekly Makers Fair, where they take part in classes including coding and robotics.
This is a platform that can divide people into the 3 carriages of the train.
通过这些社团呢，给孩子搭建平台，引导他们在生活中发现问题，然后通过信息技术手段或者一些其他手段去解决问题，形成自己的发明创造。
Wherever it is, I can get position in time in the sea.
我们开展知识产权中小学生的这种知识产权教育，我觉得我们本意是要培养孩子们的一心、二力、三意识。一心指的是要培养孩子的好奇心，二力是要培养孩子们的动手和动脑的能力。
In my invention, I add a ventilator and a 3-way valve in the toilet.
3个意识是指保护意识、权利意识和尊重意识。
Teaching children to respect knowledge, admire innovation, and protect intellectual property rights is one important aspect of China's overall intellectual property strategy. It's a strategy that has greatly boosted innovation. In WIPO's Global Innovation Index released in July 2019, China climbed to 14th place from 17th the year before. China has now been the leading middle-income economy on the index for 7 years in a row.
When I first heard of the Global Innovation Index, it is in year 2013 when China ranks number 35. Yeah, so I'm so happy to notice that in year 2019, China ranked number 14. And China is the only developing country within the top 15 economies. And China is also the only country with unceasingly rising of the ranks.
In 2019, the World Innovation Index ranked 129 economies using 80 different parameters, including investment in research and the number of international patent submissions and trademark applications. The index also takes into consideration various other parameters, such as the development of mobile apps and high-tech exports.
Though China ranked number 14 this year, China still should pay attention to the other factors. For example, in the future, China should more focus on the knowledge-intensive industry and the high-value-added industry.
China is currently preparing the outline for its next national IP strategy, which will run from 2021 to 2035.
党的19大提出了分2步走实现社会主义现代化强国这样一个目标，知识产权作为国家整体现代化当中的一个重要组成部分，我觉得是不可或缺的。所以我们现在正在制定新一轮的战略，跟现有战略能够做到无缝对接。
There is something that has been present constantly in China, and that is a strategic focus from the top. And we see it, of course, with President Xi Jinping, who has a very big strategic focus on innovation and on intellectual property as a part of innovation. So this is one lesson for, I think, everyone, is having this focus and support of the leadership means that the whole system can adapt to embrace the idea of intellectual property.
Maybe today, or maybe 50 years later or 100 years later, some historians need to write a book, a very, very big book, thick book, about this exciting era, about how China has transformed itself and how China now is helping the rest of the world transform itself.
China has worked steadily to create an environment in which patents and intellectual property are protected, serving its own needs and in line with international practice. China's IP system, born out of the needs of the early days of the country's reform and opening up, having supported 40 years of rapid development, is today promoting innovation and progress on a global scale.